Hey y'all, and welcome back to Accountable Mornings. V2 here with an episode of What the Bleep Did You Eat? This episode will be in regards to Refeed Window number 28. As you can see, I am going to watch along with you guys, so as the videos play, I will go ahead and do my play-by-play. I opened up my Refeed Window at about 1:30 p.m. The wife wanted dim sum, so we stopped by one of our local Chinese restaurants. At this restaurant, they offer lunch specials as well as lunchtime dim sum. So we ended up ordering 3 plates of dim sum as well as 1 lunch special. The restaurant offered a cup of hot and sour soup to start off your lunch. After I finished that cup of hot and sour soup, which I killed pretty quickly, we waited for our food to come out. The lunch special that I ordered today was a plate of Hunan shrimp with some chicken fried rice. The wife ordered some dim sum plates, which included an order of Shumai, an order of Gailan, which is Chinese broccoli with oyster sauce, and an order of salt and pepper chicken wings. First plate to come out was the order of Gailan, the Chinese broccoli with oyster sauce, and it's one of my favorite dishes that I like to eat when I have a refeed. Very tasty, very savory. This is actually a stark difference from when I first started my fasting and first started doing my refeed window. When I first started doing my refeed windows, I was really eating whatever I wanted to. I went back to what I usually ate, which was a big plate of rice, bread, french fries, just really, you name it and I ate it. And it was just something that I really enjoyed. It was the diet I was super accustomed to. Fast forward 90 days later, and I'm now subbing those carbs for something a little bit more nutritious in the form of vegetables. Eating a lot of salads and whatnot, but in this case, eating the Chinese broccoli. Next thing that comes to the table is the actual lunch special itself, which is the plate of Hunan shrimp with chicken fried rice. There was also an egg roll that accompanied the plates, and so I went ahead and enjoyed that as well. When I have rice, my goal is not to overeat on just that one food item. I will have a bite here and there, but that's not going to be a majority of the meal. Also, something that has changed with my diet ever since I've started my fasting journey was my tolerance to spicy food. I had no tolerance to spicy food previously. Anything that I ordered that was spicy, I would try to get on the mild side or no spice at all. When I partake in my meal, one of my goals is to finish as many veggies as I can before I get into the actual protein. So in this case, I ate a lot of the Gailan. I was eating a lot of the vegetables in the Hunan shrimp. I did finish the egg roll because that was part of the appetizer. But as you can see, when I eat, I'm really focusing on eating as many veggies as I can. There have been times when we ordered Gailan, and I have an order of Chinese broccoli to myself because I enjoyed that plate so much. Next plate to come out was the salt and pepper chicken wings. That's what she was craving, and it's probably the reason why we went to a Chinese restaurant to start my refeed window. If you've noticed, to this point, I have not eaten any of the shrimp quite yet. Again, focus solely on the vegetables. Want to make sure that I get as many veggies as I can. You can probably see that I'm also dipping a lot of the veggies and a lot of my food into the hot oil and soy sauce mix that I have on my plate. Again, I am now at a point where I'm really enjoying spicy food. Anytime I have a chance to add spice or order something with spice, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Now I understand that hot oil at a Chinese restaurant, it's oil. It has a ton of calories, it has a ton of fat. But again, as mindful as I am about my eating, I still want to be able to enjoy the different flavors and the different tastes or that my tongue craves. Even though the hot oil is pretty calorie dense, I do have a craving for spicy. The next thing that comes out is my wife's order of shumai. Shumai is a steamed pork dumpling, very common at Chinese restaurants as well as dim sum restaurants. To this point, I've eaten a ton of vegetables from the Hunan shrimp and the Gailan. But if you've noticed, I haven't really touched my rice. Again, I'm trying not to utilize rice as one of the main food sources that I eat during my refeed window. Rice to me now is something that supports the meal and isn't the entire meal in itself. At this point, I'm only eating rice when I have a bit of protein. In this case, it's the shrimp. Polishing off the last of my veggies from the Hunan shrimp and then going straight into the protein. If you notice here, as I'm eating the shrimp, I have a bite of rice every now and then, maybe an additional bite. Moving away from consuming the amount of rice that I've had in my lifetime was a very difficult thing, but it was great to be able to substitute eating rice for something like vegetables. So ordering an extra salad or ordering some extra veggies or just having something that's alternative to the rice has really helped. As you notice at the end of the meal, I still have a pretty sizable portion of rice. We decided to box up the rice so that my wife can take it home and enjoy some of the rice with some of her leftover chicken wings. At this point, my wife's getting a bit full. She ate 3 pieces of the 4-piece shumai, and so I decided to help her out and eat the final piece. Love eating my dim sum with that hot oil mix and soy sauce. Again, at this point, she is full, and those salt and pepper chicken wings were calling me, so I decided to partake in a couple of them. Really juicy, really flavorful, really glad I was able to have a couple of them before she packed them all up. And that was the first meal. Something I don't have, unfortunately, is the footage of my snack that I ate in the car on the way home. The snack I had in the van was protein chips, specifically buffalo flavored. One of my concerns during my refeed window is making sure that I hit specific macros, in this case protein. Anything that I eat, I want to make sure has a sufficient amount of protein, and if it doesn't, then I'll look for another source of protein. In this case, it was the protein chips. Sometimes it's beef jerky, other times it's protein shakes. I've had my meal at the Chinese restaurant, I've had my snack in the van, and as we get home, I'm still hungry. So I decided to partake in an avocado ranch salad. This avocado ranch salad was available at Trader Joe's. It wasn't the entire bag of salad. A couple days ago, my sister-in-law decided to open the salad and have about 1 serving. So I had the rest of it. A whole bag is about 3.5 servings, so in this case I had about 2.5. My goal is when I eat, I can focus on just eating and not have to worry about multitasking or doing other things at the same time. After I polish off that salad comes dessert. In this case, my dessert's a bunch of strawberries and a bunch of cherries. Although I've been craving a bunch of different desserts like pies and cakes and ice cream, I decided that the better alternative for me is to eat something that would satisfy my sweet tooth, but still being healthy at the same time. So enter the strawberries and the cherries. After I finish eating the strawberries and the cherries, I go and grab salad number 2. The next salad is just a spring mix from Costco with some dressing from Trader Joe's. I'm getting kind of full at this point, but I really wanted to finish the dressing that we had from Trader Joe's. We have a couple other dressings from Trader Joe's, but I only go through one dressing at a time, so when I finish one, then I'll open the next one. This one specifically was the Trader Joe's organic Italian dressing. All right, now comes dinner time. My mom just got back into town and she hadn't seen her grandkids for about 3 weeks, so we decided to go to the kids' favorite restaurant. At Olive Garden, I order an iced tea as my drink of choice. The nice thing about Olive Garden is they have unlimited appetizers, so when I order the salad, I always have 1 or 2 different portions. My mother and my wife also ordered the soup, specifically the Zuppa Toscana, which is their favorite soup. If you've noticed, I've only had 1/2 of breadstick, and the reason that I had that breadstick was because my mom just handed it to me. When they get to a point where they can't finish their soup, they hand it over to me and I finish it for them. After finishing about 2 plates of salad, the half of a breadstick, and part of a bowl of soup, the entree comes. Again, the entree is grilled salmon with a side of broccoli. I start eating the broccoli, I start eating the salmon, but at this point, I am super full. I get to a point where I'm so full that I can't finish the salmon and I can't finish the broccoli. So again, a little bit more take home for my wife to enjoy while I'm on my fasting window. At the end of the dinner, we are offered dessert, but I am so stuffed. Even though I still have a craving for a sweet dessert like apple pie and ice cream, I know I'm full and I know I don't want to completely overdo it. So I decide enough's enough. At this point, I grab my phone, get to my fasting app, hit the start button, and start fast number 29. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of What the Bleep Did You Eat? If you can, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button to help keep me accountable. This is V2 signing off from Accountable Mornings. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for keeping me accountable. Take care.